Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Three Rivers Financial Wellness Podcast. It's Ashley, Austin,
Hello.
and our special guest Alea today.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Of course. Instead of me trying to tell everybody what you do, why don't you share a little bit about your background at Three Rivers, how long you've been here, and what you do?
Okay, yeah, I'd love to. So I have been with Three Rivers for almost 10 years now. Yeah.
Big milestone coming up.
Big milestone, yes. I'm excited. I feel like I've been rounding up to 10 for a while now.
Almost 10.
Almost 10, 9.5. So I have been here for a while now, and majority of my time has been spent in the branch, at our DuPont branch specifically. So I've been what we would call member facing. So my current role has taken me a little bit out of my element, actually. I don't get to so much spend time with our membership anymore, and more so focusing on building talents within our team members that get to float around to the branches. So missing a little bit of what I enjoyed over the last 8 years, but I get to now pour my experiences into my team members and help them do the same for our membership. So,
well, this is exactly why we thought of you as a guest on the podcast, because there are lots of stories about how you've had fabulous interactions with members, but also with team members, and help them to kind of emulate the things that you've done and create really great relationships. So we are asking you to share some of the really great stories you have from connecting with members and helping people to really learn about Three Rivers and how we operate and why relationships are important to us. We have one story we'll start off with, but if you'll just share a little bit about a member that you like to highlight.
yeah, okay. Well, 8 years at one branch, you get to build so many connections over time. And one member specifically stands out. She is somebody who has pretty much been on my journey as I've gone through different roles at the branch, and starting out just as a service representative on the front line, we're the first interaction that members receive. So you get to spend a lot of time just connecting and talking with members. And she specifically would come in more frequently. She was new to the area, moved from Chicago, and shared, she didn't have a lot of family here. She did have some family that brought her here, really didn't have a lot going on. And so a lot of times she would look forward to coming into the branch and just having those conversations that we would have so often. And so one thing that stood out is how she would always come in like dressed to the nines, like always looked like she had somewhere to go. And so one day I just asked her, what do you have going on today? Like, you look so great. And she was so sweet, just shared that she can't come in here seeing me and not looking her best. And so immediately a flag went off in my mind, because we had spent so much time talking about my wedding plans that I had been planning for and leading up to. And I thought, gosh, how nice would it be just to invite her and have her there on a special day that she spent a lot of time talking with me about, but also giving her something to like get dressed up for, because that was something she loved to do. I made that note, and the next time that she came in, I had an invitation for her. And I was like, I would love for you to come and be a part of my big day, but also meet my children that we spent so much time talking about, and my husband, or soon to be husband at the time.
Yeah.
She was so elated and just pushed back about the fact that I saw that she loved to get dressed and that she didn't have a lot of things going on the weekends, and she had shared that with me and just was so excited to, be invited. And this is something that we're not asked to do in our roles, Nobody needs to invite anybody into their...
That is not a requirement.
Don Case doesn't come to you and say you got to invite a member to your wedding.
Yeah, you really don't have to, but we are encouraged to just be impactful and, see members where they're at. And that was something that I saw in that moment could make a difference for her. But also, honestly, something that I just kind of wanted her to be a part of that day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was like
because you had gotten to know her too. Yeah.
And she always cared so much about my wedding plans. She was somebody that took the time even to ask me about it. And I was like, gosh, I would love to have her there.
That's awesome.
So tell me a little bit, obviously, like, this relationship building took place over a long time. So talk to me a little bit about, like, how did you build that? How did you know that she moved? How did you know that she was alone here? How did you learn those things about her?
Well, when members are coming into the branch, a lot of times we're just starting with, what do you have going on for the day, or what are your plans for the weekend? And throughout asking those questions, I would find out a little bit more about her. She she didn't have plans because being new to the area, you know, she's still kind of building this new foundation here, or, you know, she's still getting familiar with our product. She was a new member at the time. So just getting to understand that she was new to the area, and she was coming in often, and we would spend a lot of time just talking when there weren't members behind her. So just being curious and not so much just focused on what she came in for the day, but what's to come and what does she have, what's next, and what is she planning for.
I love that. It's more about actually caring for people than it is money or accounts, or, you know, we do that stuff, but really what we do here is connect with people and help them. I love saying we like to help them dream, you know, as big or small of that dream, like giving her something to aspire to and come to your wedding is so cool. I love that you would even think to do that. It's a testament to you, who you are as a person.
Oh, well, thank you. And I mean, it's something that was 5 years ago, and like we still talk about it to this day. You know, we've grown our relationship over time. So she does, you know, call on me, and I call on her just to check in on her and see how she's doing, especially that I'm not in the branch anymore and we don't get to have our monthly or weekly meetings, you know. But I think too, with building relationships, you're going to build trust over time. So naturally, the financial wellness and the ability to help them with their finances, it's just going to come. Like if I care about you on a personal level, I also care about how you're doing financially.
Of course.
And so even with her, like it's been so long that I've been working with her that I've been able to support her in different financial journeys that she's been in. And I think sometimes too, people really want that person at their financial institution that they trust, that they can come to, and they know there's no judgment. Not that any of us are here to judge, but sometimes you just have that person where you're like, okay, I can be vulnerable, I can be myself.
You feel safe with them.
You feel safe, and I feel that. And she's always shared that she's had that with me. You know, sometimes she'll ask me questions not related to banking that she's like, I trust you. What are your thoughts? And I just love that I can be that for her.
Yeah, and I think so many of these relationships that we build, and this is like one story, but I'm sure you have so many over the course of your 10 years in your role. But I just know that so many times, like, you have to have the relationship, like the full relationship. Obviously, people have to be willing and want or even care to open up to us. Yep. And we're not licensed therapists that can help you with every area of your life. Like we, at the end of the day, like we do care about more than just like the dollars in your bank account. Like we want to build a relationship. We want to know about your life and what you're going through. And the other thing is we also want to know those things because they all play hand in hand. I mean, a lot of the things you talked about with this member, like she just moved. She's got nobody, or nobody. She doesn't have a.
She didn't have a lot of familiar faces here. Yeah.
Like those have financial impacts, you know, both positive and negative. So there's changes even in that too.
So help me with as a team member, how do you get past like when somebody comes in and they, you know, you say, oh, how was your weekend? And they go, oh, it was good. It was fine. You're so good at like really connecting with people. So how do you get past the, oh yeah, the weather's great, you know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think those type of questions, it's a good start for somebody who really isn't comfortable even to begin with having this small talk. But I think you're really going to get more from the member when we aren't asking those questions that you're going to receive a short answer, right? Like, how's your weekend, or how was your weekend, right? You're not going to want to ask that because they can say good or bad, but you want to ask, you know, what do you have going on this weekend, or what are you excited about? Or, you know, when members are doing a larger withdrawal, like, what do you get to use this money for? Like this, you know, do you get to do something exciting? Or just asking questions where they're going to have to give you a longer answer.
It's the open-ended, like, so.
Yeah, because then you can build on that. And sometimes it's, even when you ask those type of questions, they may not give you an answer that extends into something else. But we talk a lot about just ask one more question, you know. And I think that'll get you further.
For sure.
Overly curious.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a willingness to share, but sometimes it's also like a willingness of like what I think the person I'm talking to even cares or wants to receive, right? So like sometimes it's like maybe I have a lot on my plate and somebody asks, how are you? But if I get the feeling from that person that they are just asking to be polite and they just want a quick answer, then I'm going to do them the favor of just giving them a quick answer, right? I'm just going to tell them I'm good, or I'm fine, or I'm struggling, or I'm okay, or like even if I'm struggling, I'm just going to say I'm okay, right?
Yeah.
But like if I am engaged in a conversation and I'm hearing questions that I think, oh, they genuinely do want to know.
Yes.
Not necessarily as a guarantee that I feel comfortable with that person opening up, but I feel less of that, like, just shrink your answer to not bug them. And that's really like how we feel when we're asking these questions, is we want our members to feel like, oh, we genuinely do care about what you're about to say. Like, we're not just sitting there hoping like, gosh, please just say good and get it, like,
Get out of here.
Please say fine and then get out of my window, like we genuinely do want to know. Otherwise we wouldn't ask the open-ended question, because the open-ended question, that's scary, right? Like, I don't know what you're gonna say. Like, I don't know. So
I think that does matter when we're asking these types of questions too, that you need to be prepared to engage in what the answer is going to be, right? Like, there are times where you ask somebody how their day is, and like, you'll get an honest response like, terrible, like, it's not a good day. And you cannot be like, all right, well, how do you want your cash back? Gosh, no, like, honestly, those are the ones where it's like, oh my gosh, tell me, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
How can we help? Can we help? Can I just listen?
Yeah.
Maybe I can't.
And most of the time it probably is just listen.
Yeah, but at least you can get it off your chest. And then they're like, that feels good, actually.
And I've always thought this, even when I worked at Subway, I always thought like, gosh, people are coming in here for like 2 minutes to get a Subway sandwich. But I was like, if they can leave and go back to, most of the time they're going back to work or going back to school or going back to something because it's their lunch break. I'm like, if they can leave and go back just like in a slightly better mood, then we've won. Obviously we have big goals of helping people with their financial wellness and stuff like that. But also if somebody can come in and have a conversation that they walk out feeling a little bit lighter, whether that be about finances or life or general or both, like, that's a win. That's a success to us.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Well, I would love to hear, do you have a challenge for everybody that would be listening?
Honestly, I would say I challenge those of you that are listening to take your conversation to the next level by asking a curious question that doesn't result in a short-ended answer. Ask an open-ended question and also be prepared to engage with what the response is on the other end.
And I would even add to that challenge and say, if you're being asked an open-ended question, be the person that says, you don't have to share your whole life story, but like, be the person that like leans into that, because you're not, we walk through our world every day and you don't run into a lot of people that actually genuinely want to hear about how your day is going. So when you find that, that's rare, and I'd encourage you, it's up to you, but I'd encourage you to lean into it.
Look for the opportunity to connect.
That's what I was just say, lean in to connect. So Thanks you guys so much for listening. Alea, thank you so much for being a guest and sharing the impactful ways that we can help members.
Thanks for listening to the Three Rivers Financial Wellness Podcast. While we're excited that you join us on this journey of financial wellness, we do need to give you a short disclaimer. This podcast is for informational purposes only and isn't intended as financial, tax, or investment advice. Be sure to consult your own experts before making financial decisions. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA and is an equal housing lender.